Welcome everybody to episode 294 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky.
Not to do.
And this week we have an interesting one. So every single week we message each other at a certain point during the week, being like, "Hey, what are we doing this week?" Unless it's like a card game one, because then normally we're kind of advanced. We have those planned.
Yeah, those planned out.
Yeah. If it's like a special one like Magic Con, for instance, like when Xbox does their showcase stuff, like if it's a big thing like that, we normally
we'll do a PAX one, and when I go to PAX East.
Exactly. So we were trying to figure out what we were going to do this week. We both couldn't think of anything. So our good friend Rob gave us an idea. So today's episode is why is this not okay? There we go. Today's episode is our top 5 movie franchises. But there's a kicker, though. And this is the thing that I thought was really cool, because Rob immediately said it afterwards. So the kicker is this. For it to be considered a movie franchise, it has to be 4 or more movies.
Not like a trilogy. So
exactly.
I would, here's the arguable one, and, this is always the first one. I said this first thing. I'm like, so it can't be, I would say, argue against Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Because Lord of the Rings is a trilogy, and then Hobbit's a trilogy.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's tough because it's a franchise. It's technically the same story, but it's a prequel. I mean, Star Wars, you can make that argument too. So
obviously, if you're visually seeing this, you can see, we got a little sneak peek at our lists. But no, so this was my thought process with that, because when you said Lord of the Rings, it's funny because everywhere I looked online brought up Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings in it. But then they changed it, and they didn't say Lord of the Rings. They said the Middle Earth franchise, or the Middle Earth series. And I was like, okay, I see what you're doing there.
Also, you could argue it now, too, because there is a TV show now, too. So that's like a whole franchise thing in itself. So.
My thing was that, the Lord of the Rings movies, to me, is the struggle of Frodo taking the ring. Right? Yeah. There's the subplots and all the rest of it. That is the story of the Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit is not that story.
No, it's not.
And that is where, mentally in my brain, that's where so a lot of my list is similar to a vein like that. My list is, this is the story, but it lasts multiple movies. Right? It is a driving force.
That's what I think for franchise, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because even if, all right, I'll never mind. We're
gonna get to it soon.
We'll get to it.
And then I started looking at it, and it's like, of course, when you do this, you start seeing all these different movies, and there's always all the trilogies are showing up in it. And I'm sitting there, and as I'm going down the list and looking at this, it's like, I think this should be one we do eventually later on, in a couple months maybe. But doing a top 5 trilogies, would be insane, because I'm looking at the list of franchise things, and I'm like, there's so many good trilogies here. So let's start off with honorable mentions. I got 2.
Yeah.
That's it. I got 2. I don't know about you. I have 2.
Okay, I have 3. I accidentally just closed one. So
I was gonna say I don't have mine up right now, so I'm quickly scrambling to get mine up. So.
My first one. I'll go first this one, all right?
Okay.
So, very first one, and people are gonna hate this. Honorable mention, Harry Potter.
Okay.
Yeah, honorable mention, Harry Potter.
Interesting, because it's so funny. That was the one that Rob said that was the first one that came to his mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was Harry Potter. I was listing off, I listed off a bunch of other ones, and he's like, no, Harry Potter. Done.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like...
Interesting. All right.
Because you gotta think that's 9 movies at this point?
Yes.
10 movies? 10 movies.
I'm not sure on that part.
8? No. 11 movies. Right, yeah. So it's the 8 for the original, and then 3 Fantastic Beasts.
That's different, though, because that's Fantastic Beasts. That's not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Then that's one that I saw. It said the Wizarding World franchise. I'm sitting there like, you guys are getting really, really close with your wording here. Like, I'm okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look right now to see.
Yeah, I'm thinking about one of mine, maybe a different one, but it's also not. So that's why I'm like, we'll see.
get here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 with just Harry Potter movies. And then there's the 3, so yes, that would be 11. You're correct with that then. Okay. So my first one, my first honorable mention, and this is just kind of a me one, is Step Up.
Okay.
How about that one?
There's 5 of them, right?
Yep. There's 5, and then there's one international one. I haven't seen the international one.
I haven't seen that one either. It is funny because Step Up 1, was that Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum, yep, was in the first one. Yep.
And then so like that movie was like a very much like a standalone movie, and then they went off, and then it was it's all about Moose, baby. Never forget about Moose. Like Step Up 2 and 3, loved.
Yep, Revolution was one of my favorite ones. That was kind of my.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Oh, Revolution is the one in Miami.
Nope, definitely didn't see that one.
Oh, dude, you need to see that one. It's great. Like, genuinely, This is one of those movies that I can put on like once a week on the background and just have it playing, and just enjoy being there. Like, it's not background music; it's literally like an enjoyment thing. So that's my first honorable mention though. Is Step Up.
Step Up.
Yep, Step Up, baby. The Step Up franchise.
Wouldn't even thought about that one. So
yeah, it was a last second edition.
James Bond.
Oh, okay.
We're probably the biggest franchise of all of these movies.
This is getting interesting.
Yeah, right. Because because you can argue there are a bunch of mini franchises by that definition, but they're all.
It's all the movies. It's like, all the.
How many movies does Daniel Craig do? 7.
That's
8?
The thing is like one of the things that I saw was saying about how it's like it's the who is all based off of the 007 franchise. You can base it off of each one. It's like there's the Connery James Bond, then there's this James Bond, then there's this James.
And there was one guy who only did one movie. I can't remember his name.
George Lazenby.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he was Australian. That's okay. Interesting. Okay. So my last honorable mention. This is my last one.
Yeah.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
The Hunger Games, because you have the original ones, and then technically, and I'm doing this. So it's Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and then Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. But technically, that's 4. But technically, 3. In my brain, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes still is about the Hunger Games, which the movie is about. I don't say that the movie is about Katniss. The movie is about the games itself, and that movie goes all the way back to the beginning.
The Hobbit too, right? Because the Hobbit is a prequel, right?
Yes.
Universe. So it's all, I don't know. It's
like, that's what I'm saying. Like we said, this is going to be an interesting one. So
it's interesting. Yeah.
The only reason why I wouldn't say the Hobbit, because the ring shows up at the very end of it, at like when Bilbo meets, and also let's be honest here, the Hobbit. The Hobbit didn't need.
Let's turn a 100-page book into 3 movies.
Yeah, it didn't need 3 movies. Like, and I read the Hobbit.
2 would have been stretching it. 3's like, what are we doing?
Well, like there's that one scene in the first one where they're doing like the chase in the woods, and it's like a Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry chase through doors.
Dude,
sort
I
of
saw
thing.
all 3 movies. I don't remember. I remember one scene from all 3 movies. So
I remember the fight scene in the last movie where
I remember them fighting the dragon or sliding down ramps.
Yeah,
the gold.
I remember them throwing the elves, doing the archery stuff, and then the dwarfs basically shooting off like these giant like pikes that just spin, and it just destroys all the arrows. And then one of the dwarfs is like, "We throw those the whirly dirlies, suck it, elves." Like, that sort of
I remember it hurting my eyes because they shot it in a different frame rate.
Yes, it was very odd at points.
I think it was most movies are like 24 frames per second. I think they shot it in 30.
Oh wow.
So
that's my last honorable mention though is the Hunger Games.
My last honorable mention, which is a funny one, Jackass.
Okay. I was wondering if you were going to put that in your top, because I know we had this in one of our other ones that we did.
Yep.
I forgot what the other one was that we did, but you had Jackass in that too.
So there's the 4 movies, and then they have 3 subsequent 0.5s.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they have TV shows. But so Jackass, really nothing to be talking about. So everyone should know about Jackass at this point.
That's that. All right. So is that your last honorable?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll start the list off today. I'll start off.
Okay.
Today. Okay, you're gonna hate me for this one.
Yeah.
Twilight.
Okay.
The best and worst final movie of all time.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just too good. It's too good not to put on here. As much as people will say.
How many movies are there?
6. I want to say.
Okay.
Is it 6?
Okay.
Twilight, New Dawn, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn 1 and 2, so 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So funny story about Twilight. I had a girlfriend, and I saw the first 2 in theaters, and then I went and saw the rest by myself when I was like single.
Yeah,
I just was like, well, I started, I gotta finish.
It's to me, Twilight's one of those. It's almost like watching a bad sci-fi movie. It's along the same lines as that. You start watching it and you don't want to put it down.
I unironically love the second movie.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like there's for a while,
Hot, Jacob.
Oh yeah, for a while, Twilight dominated everything.
Everything.
Like it literally everything. It was. Are you Team Jacob or are you team? Edward, thank you. My brain stopped for a moment. Because all I could think of was the picture that I did on Facebook at one point. That was like Team Jacob, Team Edward, and then it was Team Colin. And it was me.
There you go.
Just like.
Well, I mean, like, look at Robert Pattinson. He's killing it right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, it is a. Trying to think of the right wording for it.
It measured the zeitgeist of the mid to late 2000s.
Yes. I'm just gonna stop trying to say words, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, that's my 5. No, it's Twilight.
Twilight. Shout out Twilight.
Yeah, shout out
Twilight. Love Twilight. They just released a Twilight Lego set.
Oh my God! Let's go.
Yep. It's the Cullen house that they all lived at.
I want the Twilight baseball field. That's what I want.
Do the Lego pieces fly?
Yes.
All right, my number 5, which is the shirt. I threw the shirt on because we're Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. So this is where
another one.
So, okay, so I would disagree with this one.
So we have the original trilogy, right?
Mm.
And then we have the rest, but the rest are a continuation of the same story with different characters. And some of the characters come back. So that's my argument.
Okay, my argument is that it's Jurassic Park versus Jurassic World.
So it's the same.
Yeah, like me, because me and Rob had this one. We had this one. So like I said, this is interesting. But no, I mean I can agree with it though. It's a continuation of the main thing, which is just.
You know what? See, no one cares.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park reference.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
He dies so like
so fast.
Well, I mean, in the book, have you read the book?
I haven't read the book. No, actually, I started to when I was a kid, and I was over my head. So
yeah, no. Now that we are older, I highly suggest reading the book. He dies so graphically and so violently, it is insane. There's also a scene where the T-Rex chases them down a river.
That's fun.
Yeah, they kind of hint on
the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Ooh.
So
okay,
on book 6, Shadow Dungeon Crawler Carl. Dungeon Crawler Carl.
So I can't believe this is on my list. My number 4. Fast and the Furious.
Dude, I had it in my honorable mention, and I was like, he might throw it on there, so I didn't say it.
Yep, Fast and Furious. It's 10 movies. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't care how bad it is now. It started. This is the crazy thing. Do you remember how it started?
Oh yeah.
About stealing DVDs.
Stealing DVD players.
And now we're going to space.
And PS2s.
Like it blows my mind that that's where we started. It blows my mind that that's where we started with this. But yeah, no, I can't in your sense of theme with some of these, I can't not have this on my list. It's 10. Yep. It's 10 movies from 2001. From 2001 to 2023.
Well, here is it because it's like you look at Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift is a separate one, and then
fair. However, Tokyo Drift come back in, right?
I know. So it's like this whole argument, right?
Like, well, and that's I'm not including
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, that's its own separate thing because at some point I thought that was supposed to be it, like they were going to do its own separate thing and there were going to be multiple movies of it or a show or.
I think The Rock is such like a bum, so
yeah, I mean that
I can't afford that.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I this was one of those ones where it's like I had to do it and I was just like I said, for 22 years because they haven't made a new one yet. So technically it's 24 years. For 24 years, we have had the Fast and the Furious franchise with almost all of the same characters throughout the entire thing. And it's always the same thing. We got cars and we got something that we need to do. How fast can we go? And how furious will it be?
How crazy can we drive?
Yeah, I mean...
How fast? How furious?
Well, that's the thing, is like, you look at some of the... I like how it was like, The Fast and the Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious. The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. But then we go... just
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Then it is Fast 5, spelt out, not the number, not the number 5. F-I-V-E. And then it's Fast and Furious 6. And then it is Furious 7. And then it is The Fate of the Furious. Then it is F9, and then it is Fast X.
And we're getting a Fast X Part 2. I don't know how they're naming the next one.
I don't know either, but yeah, it was...
Did you see Fast X?
Yes.
Okay, because Fast X is a two-parter.
Yeah, Untitled Fast and Furious X sequel in 2026.
I've seen all of them. Fast 9... I was like way over the top, didn't enjoy it, and then Fast 10 was such like a fever dream. It felt like Sharknado.
At this point, I'm not gonna lie. After 3, that's how all of them have felt to me. It's just...
I think 4 and 5 are very solid. I think that was like a very
was one of those ones the bank heist in like
5.
That's 5. Okay, that one was
in Brazil.
Yes, that one was one was solid.
So 4 was like kind of a return. You had Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. You have this like they're reunited, but like not willingly reunited. They're reunited for a common goal, and like I thought that was a good way to come back into the series because they weren't going to make any more. They just made the one-off Tokyo Drift, and people loved it, and they're like, well, maybe we can reboot this series, and then that's why they went Fast and Furious. That's why they like rebranded it with the same name.
Oh, what do you mean? This is Brazil.
Yeah.
But yes, that's my 4 though. Is Fast and Furious. I could not put it on the list. Like.
Yep. Shout out to Vin Diesel and his lifts.
Exactly.
Yeah. My next one.
You are on 4 now.
Alien.
Alien's your 4. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Alien. That one also could be argued because it has Prometheus and has weird ones, and it has the one that just came out.
It has a TV show that's coming out.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's. See, some of these ones are because this is my thing with this, and it's kind of the same thing that I've been saying with some of the other ones, where like I can see where we can say like no, it isn't because of this or this or this or this. However, at the same time, Alien, no matter what, is about
the alien.
You guessed it, the aliens.
Yep. And there's Alien versus Predator, because then we could have talked about the Predator franchise too. And, but I really enjoy, even the game, which I can't get through because it's too scary. The Alien.
Nope, not doing it.
Is a fantastic game. Can't get through it though.
Not doing it. I've had people tell me to do it. I'm like, no. How about that for an answer?
I tried playing it on stream like once for Halloween. I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, I've seen people playing it. And I'm just like, no. I am scared and jump scaring myself watching you play this game. Why would I want to put myself through that in a dark room?
I still think it's crazy that on the 360, if you had to connect, the alien could hear you.
Yeah, no. Just no. How about that?
It's like playing. It's like playing Repo now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen all the Repo stuff.
I have to. Yeah, that's everywhere. The Repo.
It's everywhere. Oh yeah. So Repo's a lot of fun.
Okay, so my number 3 is James Bond.
Yeah. I saw your face.
Actually,
when
no,
I said
sorry.
it.
My number 3 is Harry Potter. Sorry. Number 3 is
Harry
Potter.
It? Okay.
Yes. Yet again, just it's fantastic. And I'm not counting Fantastic Beasts. That was its own separate thing to me. I'm counting just Harry Potter.
I think Fantastic Beasts got too much hate. I think the first one was like perfect.
The
second one wasn't that great, and the third one actually I thought was really good.
I think it gets the perfect amount of hate. And I'll tell you exactly why on this one. Because after the first movie, the whole Fantastic Beasts
backseat.
Where are they?
Well, also, like
that's the only.
Well, like it was like the story about Newt's commander, Fantastic Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Second movie, he wasn't even the main character of the movie. He was like a side character.
That's my thing. Is like after watching because I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan. I can respect Harry Potter franchise, what it has done, all the different things.
That's your homeland, brother.
Yeah, so's Lord of the Rings. No. So when I was in it wasn't even high school. When I was in elementary school over there, they announced that Harry Potter was going to be a part of the curriculum at that point, and we were forced to read Harry Potter. To which then my dad said, "Haha, no, you're not. We're a Lord of the Rings family." because they started saying like, "Oh, Harry Potter is the new Lord of the Rings," and my dad is like, "It's not even close. Not even. No. Don't you dare disrespect him."
Lord of the Rings is a commentary on World War One. Don't get off.
Yeah, yeah. But no, so that was But no, with Fantastic Beasts though, I liked the first movie because of the beasts, because of them. They were cool, and then in the second movie they weren't there, and then in the third movie it was like kind of a main point, but not a main point, but kind of a main.
Yeah, they're like, well, shit, we got to go back to creatures.
So that was my reason why I don't like that. Like, I understand the hate for it perfectly because I didn't like 2 or 3. I loved 1. The 1 was fantastic. Cool
One
beasts.
was fantastic.
Yeah, so Harry Potter, though, I don't need to go into it. It's Harry Potter.
Show's coming out at some point.
Yeah, and that's getting so much hate right now.
Sure is.
Oh, wow. I mean, but that's how it's going to be, though, with and it's with any of these. Until it comes out, they're going to get hate. Because it was the same thing with, what's the one with is it Greek or Roman?
Odysseus?
Percy Jackson. Same thing with Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson, the show
still got a lot of hate.
Yeah, the show got announced, got a shit ton of hate. The show came out, and everyone was like, "Okay, this actually isn't that bad."
Well, the one thing is, it's like, where's the money coming from? Because they spent like $100 million an episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to
pay
edge.
Where's the money go? Where's the money go? It's like The Electric State, the new Chris Pratt movie.
I've heard that is a dog pile.
If you look past it, it's fun. It's fine. There's much worse movies. It's predictable. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But that movie cost $320 million.
God.
The third main character in the movie is a robot.
It's Mr. Peanut,
and
right?
I didn't know that. No, another character voiced by Woody Harrelson. Oh. That one you can kind of tell is Woody Harrelson, but the third main character is this robot, and it's voiced by Anthony Mackie.
Oh, really?
And like, I didn't know it was Anthony Mackie until the end of the movie, because all the robots in this movie, they're pivotal, they're main character robots.
Yeah,
they're all voiced by very famous actors.
That's where the money went.
They tweak the voices so much you can't even understand. You can't tell it's the actor.
Great.
Like, I was like, what?
What?
So, yeah.
Yes.
That's where the money went.
Yeah, exactly. That's my 3.
My 3, Trailacious, Indiana Jones. Another arguable. That one could be argued. Well, actually, there's 4 indie ones. I mean, if you don't count Crystal Skulls, they're all the same guy.
No. We count Crystal Skull around here.
I like Crystal Skulls.
Yeah, we count that around here, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually again, unironically like Crystal Skulls.
Yeah, no. I liked what they like. Of course, massively different going from like witch cultists to magic to aliens, but I thought it was a fine movie, and I liked this is the other thing. I genuinely like the idea of them doing the. I like any movie like this that does that, where it has an older main character, and they go, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna do a movie, and we're gonna introduce like their kid."
Yeah,
and I like that.
I actually think the newest movie they did was like, so like we could talk. And Skulls had its like bad points. I actually think the newest one they did was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But that was another one that I think that one cost like $400 million. So, I think it was actually really. I think it held up with the originals.
Okay. With the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah. What's the game? They haven't finished the game yet. But the game's really good though. The game is actually like game of the year.
I was gonna say quality. I've heard good things about the game. I might play it at some point.
Game of the year quality.
I still think it's on Game Pass. So I mean.
That's why I got it.
So I'll probably look into it and see. Be a nice little series.
It's solid. It's a very good game. Made by the same people who made Wolfenstein. Oh, okay. Wolfenstein, it's like a very beloved franchise.
Put that shit right down on the easiest difficulty and just
turn exactly. And that one has difficulty, so easy peasy.
Love it. All right, so I dig that though. I like it. That's solid. Now I kind of leaked it now just barely, but my 2 is James Bond.
James Bond.
It's James Bond. It's like
James Bond.
There's some of these where it's like, hear me out. Fast and Furious. Then there's some of them where it's like, it's just James Bond. I don't really need to say much else. It's
I mean, that's why I put it in my honorable mention, because I'm like, for me, I watch James Bond movies, but I wasn't into like the older James Bond movies.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean my list is
Pussy
more.
Galore.
My list is more of a just like in general, like what I think versus a personal one, because like there's some
mine's personal.
Well, I'm also not gonna lie. When I started looking, most of my personal favorites like franchises are all trilogies, all of them, and I'm sitting there like, shit. So
yeah, cat.
Yeah.
You gotta like in the title, you gotta put asterisk, no trilogies.
Yeah, asterisk, or just trilogies, just to piss everyone off. Yeah, no, James Bond. It's the same thing as always. Some of the movies are good, some of them aren't that good, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. If you want a movie like this, they're solid. The crazy thing is always we haven't gotten one for 4 years. And that's mainly just because we haven't found out who the next James Bond is going to be.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Craig will not be the next.
That last one was so good. It was so good.
I don't know if you're lying or not.
Did you see it?
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, okay, I pressed the wrong button apparently. No Time to Die.
Spoilers, I guess, if anyone's not. Have you seen it?
No.
Can I talk about spoiler?
Yeah, go
ahead. He does the most James Bond thing possible. He finds out he has a kid.
Yep.
And he lets himself die.
Oh wait, well, like James Bond lets himself die?
He dies in that one. Yep.
I mean, that would explain why we don't have Daniel Craig in the next one, then.
Yeah, so he dies to save his daughter.
Ah, okay.
Because he gets infected with a virus that, so it's like you can put this virus into a gene.
Mm-hmm.
So like it follows a gene. So like, the supervillain infected him with this thing that activates the gene, and if the gene and what he did was make it so that like if he was ever around any of his offspring, the offspring would die.
Oh.
So he killed him. He blew himself up, and he blew up the thing. So she's always a carrier. She has a thing now, but she'll never die because of that.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a very like absentee father thing. She's like, oh, I just found out a kid. Well, I'll see you later.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
The other thing as well.
Otherwise, the movie was perfect. So.
Yeah. My big thing as well with it is like GoldenEye 64.
GoldenEye. Yeah. I got the remaster. I bought the remaster. It's awesome.
I mean, I played the game recently on Xbox.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It's to this day still
really
one of
good with the remaster.
Yeah, still to this day one of the best movie to game adaptations, I would say. And it's not even like a...
Even the second one, World's Not Enough, was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Nightfire. There's a bunch of really good ones in the early 2000s that came out.
Yeah. So, I mean,
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. James Bond.
Shout out.
And also, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if this is going to be your... Actually, I'm going to let you say your one first, and then at the end of it, then I'll get into some other stuff. Yeah, so there was another one I was looking at, and I'm like, no.
I got 2 left.
Okay, so...
My number 2 is Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was the one I took off the list. Damn it, that was one on my list. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a solid one.
Yep. I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep, nope, that was... I had it on my list. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a list, and it was on a piece of paper, and every time I get done with a sheet, I rip it and then fully tear it and then throw it away.
Yeah.
And I may have done that.
Security reasons.
I may have done that last night.
Yeah.
So I was recreating the list today, and I forgot to put Pirates on there. So...
Pirates.
Yeah. All right. No, solid.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pirates, because it's like, I know there's 5 movies. I pull it up.
That's 5.
5 movies.
Yep.
I remember seeing the first one in theaters and was like, oh my god, what is this? And that was 2003, so I would have been in 6th grade. And then 2 and 3 came out a year apart.
Yep. Because they were I think they were shot back to back as well.
And then 4th came out in 2011. People didn't love the 4 and 5.
So I would say this. I think that that franchise is one of those weird ones where first one was very good. Second one took it another step higher. The third one was fantastic. 4th one I did not like at all. But then the 5th one I thought brought it back a little bit. Still had some issues with the 5th one, but the 5th one I still thought was I mean, it's Javier Bardem in that one.
Oh
right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
fourth one is. I remember. I'm looking at the fourth one right now.
Is it Javier Bardem?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with Javier Bardem playing a villain.
Captain Salazar.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy. He is such like a good dark.
Mm-hmm. Like you can't go wrong with him as the villain.
No, Stephen Graham. He's getting a lot of recognition right now. He's in it.
Yep.
Jeffrey Rush is in it. Brenton Thwaites, who's like had like a weird up and down. He was like the next it guy, and then he wasn't, then he is. Australian guy.
He was Nightwing in the Titans
yes,
TV
exactly.
show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Australian.
Yep.
I mentioned a movie last week on our list with
yes,
him in it, and
that's funny.
Yeah,
I dig it. I dig it.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right, so my number one already. I mean, it's kind of a given now with the background. It's Star Wars.
What is it?
Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Star Wars. So this is my, because technically, Star Wars is 3 trilogies.
Yeah.
However, it is the Skywalker saga, and that is how I'm.
Because even Rogue One, the best movie, is also like a continuation of the story. And then was that the only spin-off, right?
They did Solo.
Solo, which I actually thought was way better than everyone was giving it.
I thought it was okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was fantastic, but it was okay. It was a good movie.
It was good.
It wasn't like I'm sitting there like, God dang it, like throughout the whole thing.
Rogue One, Andor
solid.
season 2 is about to come out.
When that's the thing is like I said, my main thing for not putting Lord of the Rings on there is Lord of the Rings. When it first comes out, when you read Lord of the Rings, it is about Frodo getting the ring and taking the ring to Mordor. It's about that evil and that story of that. There's the side story, but they're all just helping him get to Mordor to get rid of the ring. Their stories are just in the background. Like we said, The Hobbit is a completely different thing. And also, like we said, The Hobbit's 100 pages. It didn't need to be 3 books. 3 movies. With this is transformed. This has been transforming movies and franchises and inspiration since it came out.
It's all about the Republic versus the Empire, the good versus the bad. It's all like.
So that's my big thing with this. Is why this is my one. Is mainly because
and it's the same characters.
Yeah. Like there's never been a thing where it's been like, oh well, actually this is like when they randomly were just like, oh, in the Hobbit, yeah, there's Legolas. Legolas is here now. Why is Legolas here? I don't know. He's not in the book. You know, like this. Everything makes sense. It's all there. I mean, I won't say makes sense.
Is Gandalf in the Hobbit?
Yes, I do believe so.
I never read it. I never read it.
I read
the
it
Hobbit
when I was.
Or the Lord of the Rings.
I read it when I was a wee little.
Where a boy.
Yeah.
But a boy.
And like that's the main one that I remember. Is just like, it's like, why is he here? Like, But yeah, so that's my thing. Is like this. Like I just, for me, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars is just, it's the pinnacle.
Because you could argue it's trilogy-ish. I'm like, yeah, there's 3 trilogies, but like it's all the same story.
I mean, that's the thing. Is it's 3 trilogies, and all 3 of them revolve around Anakin, Luke, Leia, and then the offspring of them. Like it's boom, boom, boom. So that's my thing. So that's why I have Lord of the Rings at my 1.
Star Wars?
Yeah, I keep saying Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is on the mind.
You're like, I want Lord of the Rings so bad to be my number 1.
Nah, Star Wars. Star Wars is my number 1.
My number 1.
Yeah.
We've not mentioned it all. I'm happy we got through this whole thing.
That's impressive, really, that we've gone through 2 honorable mention lists and 9 movies.
Mission Impossible.
Okay, so this is what I was going to talk about after, because I wasn't sure. I don't like the Mission Impossible series.
No, yeah, I understand.
And that's why James Bond is on my list instead of Mission Impossible. But go ahead. Yeah.
You can get rid. So there's, I think there's 9 movies right
Something
now.
like that.
There's 8 movies.
The final one is coming out this year, though. I think, right?
There's 8 movies with the final one. So if you can erase from history the first 2 movies, and you'll still have 6 movies. So, 5 movies right now.
Yeah.
You can erase the first 2 movies. Even just the second movie, but I would even erase the first movie. Third movie on.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the Mission Impossible movies. That's me. That's a me thing. I don't.
You don't like Tom Cruise, do you?
Not really.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, not really.
It's a very Tom Cruise heavy movie. If you don't like Tom Cruise, there's nothing wrong with that. You can hate Tom Cruise.
I mean, can I? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
Will I?
I mean, no. I mean, now that you say that, though, now I'm actually thinking, like, is there really any movies of his that I like? Now that I think about it, I need to look. I'm trying to find why is this so difficult?
Tropic Thunder.
That might be it, brother.
Probably,
like
that might be it. Yeah, 'cause it's like you can't hate him in Tropic Thunder. His character is so awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like, why is IMDb? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
Oh yeah, so Mission Impossible 1 and 2. 1, there's actually an N64 game which was another like gold. It was like a GoldenEye kind of thing, and that game was impossible and it sucked. But once they rebooted it with 3, 3 was good. It was pretty good. Very J.J. Abrams. That was the director. And then 4 is when it really found its footing, and 5, 6, 7 were like the scale of like 5, 6, 7 were like off the charts. It's all been all the same director for those, the same one with the new one. I don't know. It like the stunts. It's like Tom Cruise going on. Like I don't know. It's a scale thing. It's like the practical effects. It's everything they like the stories. Like whatever. It's always been whatever.
Okay. So now that now that I found the list, I know exactly the movie that I found. The movie that I liked him in. I found the movie that made me not like him.
Okay.
And then I found the movie that like I like and he is in it.
Yeah. All right. Give it to me.
So first was Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire's Show Me the Money. It's an amazing movie.
Show me the money.
You can't again.
Yeah.
That movie's really good, and I understand why Cuba got the Oscar.
Yes.
Yes.
War of the Worlds. That's the movie that.
Okay. Because it's your story. It's your British story. Yeah.
And also, I hated the fact that in this as well, it's Dakota Fanning, and just throughout the entire movie is just screaming.
You people hated both kids.
Yeah. I mean, the other kid.
Goku?
The other kid's annoying because he's just like, I'm gonna go. But like she's just screaming.
I'm gonna fight the aliens.
She's just screaming the entire time, and Tom Cruise the entire movie is just.
He's like shell shocked the entire movie.
He's just like staring off into the distance willingly, like. And then the movie that I liked that he is just a part of, Rock of Ages.
You know, I haven't seen that one. I know that was a big. It was a musical?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's got Jillian Ho in it. I love Jillian Ho. So, oh yeah, I'll show you it later. It's fantastic. Like he plays like is it Chaz Michaels? Or am I thinking of
Chad Michaels?
Yeah, the rock star Michaels. That one. Yeah, he
Brett
plays
Michaels.
Brett Michaels. He plays like a character like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like at one point, like he has like a devil like cock pad on, and he's just a drunk the entire movie. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's got some great musical numbers in it. Yeah.
Oh, Julian Hough.
Hough. I said Ho, didn't I?
That's why I was like, who? Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it.
I do know that. I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey Jacks, Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say Russell Brand, but Russell Brand is in that.
Yep.
Paul Giamatti.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan Cranston.
Dude, like I said, it's fantastic.
Alec Baldwin.
And they do original like remixes of some songs too, where like they mix songs together. Kind of like Pitch Perfect. How when Pitch Perfect mix some songs together, they do the same thing, but they're rock songs that they mix together.
They're rock covers.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know Julianne Hough was in like a big budget movie.
Oh yeah, she's like the main character in this. Her and Diego Boneta are like the two main characters of this.
I don't know who that is.
I think this was like his shot, and then that was it.
He was in a Terminator movie.
Yeah, it looks like he's just been on a lot of TV shows since then. Oh, he's in the Monster Hunter movie.
Okay. I didn't know there was a Monster Hunter movie.
Oh, didn't you? Oh my god, it's so bad.
No.
We might that might be the next review one. But yeah, so yeah, that's
yes, I do remember this, and I don't think I knew what Monster Hunter was at the time.
I still haven't seen it fully. I've just seen bits and pieces of it, but it looked like a train wreck.
That's a Mila Jovovich movie, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I didn't put Mission Impossible in there. I put James Bond instead. Like that's my one because yeah.
Well, because you don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't like it. It's not gonna be in your top 5.
So now
the same way I would not put Godfather in my top 5 trilogy list.
Well, and Godfather technically could be in this, I think, because there's 4, isn't there?
I think there's 3.
There's 3. I don't remember.
Could be wrong.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and this might piss some people off. I haven't seen The Godfather, so
it's a snooze fest.
Yeah, it doesn't look interesting to me. Like that's the thing. Is like if it can be a cinematic masterpiece. It doesn't look interesting to me. Not watching it.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Okay. Well, so then this got brought up to me with Rob. Certain things that we could put on these lists, but we just didn't because Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
The Deviant series.
Oh yes. Yeah, the one that was on. It was going the same time that Hunger Games was.
Yeah, and they never even finished it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. With
I was gonna say if you got it anywhere close to a name, I'm gonna say you send it and look for it because I can't right now.
Shailene Woodley.
There it is.
Is the star of it?
Yes.
And I can remember her name.
But it was
16 and Pregnant Girl, or
it was interesting looking through
Divergent.
Divergent. There we go. Divergent. The one that Rob brought up that I thought was interesting was the MCU. And that brings up a whole can of worms because, so like at that point now, is it the MCU or is it the Avengers? Is it Captain America? Is it Iron Man?
Exactly.
Is it? And then it's like, well, if you do Spider-Man,
there's 10 movies.
Yeah, like that. Like there's enough to do them.
There's 9 movies.
There's 3, 2.
2, and then there was one they did in the 80s.
And then there's also the 2 Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep. Which we'll never get a third for that. R.I.P.
Oh, we will. It's just going to be in like 5 more years.
Which is it's so sad.
It is. Like, it is. But then, like when you see the art style, still, it's like it's like I want it now. However, okay, take your time. Like yeah. No, so like that brought up a whole new thing with that because like we were talking about that as well. Like it's like, could you do like Deadpool? Could you do Batman?
I would say that is a franchise, but I wouldn't have put that on there anyways.
I wouldn't have either. But it was interesting reading that because, like, let me see if I can find because then
are you gonna put the DCEU on there? You know.
Well, that's the thing. So that's the funny thing. So on Wikipedia they have it as film series. Okay, and this is where I load my main list from. So it's the highest grossing franchises and series to date, and it's just the top 20. Okay, so MCU is 1. Spider-Man is 2. Star Wars is 3. The Wizarding World is 4. James Bond is 5. And then this is where it's interesting, because then it goes Avengers at 6.
Which is just the MCU.
Yes, exactly. X-Men at 7.
By our logic, we could have said the Avengers.
Yes. Well, X-Men is at 7.
X-Men.
And that one you technically...
X-Men.
You know. Fast and Furious... Well, and it's interesting because this one has DCEU on it, which is like but it's weird because they're starting it. Oh no, it doesn't have Man of Steel right there. Okay, never mind. They will do it doing it by the total gross that it made. Yeah. So I didn't see Man of Steel on there, so I was like, that's weird. But Batman, Jurassic Park, Middle Earth, Despicable Me is at 13. Transformers.
Didn't even think about Transformers.
Right?
Didn't even think about it.
And this is the crazy one. So the number 15th all-time grossing franchise of all time. What do you think it is?
Tron?
No. $5 billion.
Avatar.
Yes. With 2 movies. With 2 movies. Insane. Then it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Then it's Mission Impossible. Then it's Shrek.
You know, I thought about Shrek too, but I'm like also like I didn't like the later movies.
I didn't either. So. Yeah, and now they're doing another one, and it looks even worse.
Oh boy.
And then it's Twilight, then it's Lion King, and that's how the list ends.
So why is Twilight so low?
Yeah.
But I guess that was more just an American thing.
But yeah, so like it's kind of crazy though. Like that was their list, and like seeing the list is like. But yeah, so there is our top 5 movie franchises of all time. Because if we just did franchises of all time, that would be. I guess the list might be a little similar still.
I'd say probably similar. We'll do, yeah, and then trilogies we'll probably end up doing at some point.
Yeah, trilogies already have my one.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what it is. I already have my one. Like it's done, in stone.
You know, thinking about it, you know what movie one you didn't put and you didn't even put honorable mention?
What's that?
Wallace and Gromit.
Fair. However, my argument with that would be is like I think A Grand Day Out, which is like the very first ever Wallace and Gromit, is like a 15-minute shorten.
Yeah, they're not like full. There's only a
there's
couple
only
movies.
A couple of them that are full. And
I have the Wallace and Gromit VR game. Haven't played it yet, but I have it.
I have, and I'm very excited about this. The Wallace and Gromit Telltale game.
Yeah.
Yeah, A Grand Day Out, which is the very first ever one. It came out in 1989.
Okay.
It's 23 minutes.
Yeah, so it's like an episode of.
Yeah. So there's 3 short movies. There's A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, A Close Shave, and A Matter of Loaf and Death.
Okay.
And then there's 2 actual full-length movies, which is The Curse of the Were-Rabbit and Vengeance the Most Foul, which is the newest one I still haven't seen yet.
That came out in the last year, right?
It came out in December.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of spin-offs, which is like Shaun the Sheep and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Is
Chicken Run have to do with that? This is the same studio.
Sorry. Chicken Run is, I think, the same people that did it, but now that I'm looking through this, I'm not seeing anything even close to saying Chicken Run. But I also know not for a fact, I also have heard that the newest Chicken Run movie that they did was a train wreck. So
shocker. I mean, they came out like, I remember seeing the original in theaters.
So Chicken Run is a DreamWorks animation.
So
it's just probably inspired by Aardman's first full-length film. So yes, it was an Aardman thing, because Aardman, if I remember correctly, Wallace and Gromit. Aardman Animations. Yes, it's by Aardman Animations. Well, also the other thing that I remember as well is they changed the entire cast for not the entire cast, but yeah. Well, Mel Gibson was Rocky.
Yeah, I mean he's cooked, so
yeah.
And I imagine a lot of them died, probably. Some of them died at least.
No, 100%.
That movie came out. When did the first one come out? 2002.
2000.
Yeah.
So I mean, let me see here if I can look. So
23 years later.
So the actress of Ginger,
Zachary Levi.
That's the thing. Zachary Levi was the voice of Rocky instead of Mel Gibson. So already a weird change there. Ginger, who's like the main female chicken, is Thandwin Newton instead of Julia Swahala. So like they changed a bunch. Now that I'm looking,
I don't think Bella Ramsey was in the first one.
So Lynn Fergus as Mac, the Scottish second in command. She was the same. So that one was at least one of the ones they kept. So they kept some of them.
She wasn't alive on the first one.
Huh?
Bella Ramsey wasn't alive.
That's the thing. Is like so some of the characters they kept the same, and then some of them they just are completely. But it's like that was my thing for it. Is like as someone who grew up with this sort of stuff, Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, I never was like, hey, you know what I really want? Another Chicken Run movie.
They had one. Imelda Staunton. She came back.
So that's 2. So there's 2 names: Lynn Ferguson and like. It's not the same movie then at that point. Change the entire thing. Make it something different. Like freaking Zachary Levi. But yeah.
Oh boy.
So here's the question now for you guys watching at home or listening, wherever you listen or watch. What would you like to see us do next? We're open for ideas as always. As we just said, we're probably going to do a trilogies one at some point. I think that will be interesting with how many different trilogies there are. It'd be funny if I just said Star Wars for 1, 2, and 3. I just keep my same list.
Star Wars, the original trilogy. Star Wars, the prequels. I'm not putting the third one on there.
That would be an honorable mention, just so I can have all three of them on there. But no, so trilogies would be one. Xbox Showcase at some point will be coming down the line. I'm trying to think we got some card game stuff coming down the line. We have next week. We have a special. It's not going to be DeNutte here with me though. Instead, it's going to be Rob. We're going to be talking about the UFL because the UFL starts next week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be during the week, and then we're going to go back to doing our. Then we're going to be back on the weekend, doing something, talking about something, and then eventually you're going to have the NFL mock draft podcast. So we got a bunch of stuff coming down the line. So yeah, like I said though, let us know what you guys would like us to ramble on about. That's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, half the stuff we talked about wasn't even franchises today.
Exactly. I mean, we could always just do the top 5 most hated franchises or top 5 most hated movies. Do something like that, twist it up, be a full negative one.
We can go our top 5 most hated movies, just like make people mad.
Yeah, just make everyone mad.
Yeah.
But let us know down in the comments down below, right? And as always, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.